guys, so today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. I wanted to start kind of like a series on my channel called, I'm not sure what it's going to be called yet, but it'll probably be in the description or in the title, but basically they're like life chats, and I'm going to do a series of 3 videos on different topics. So the first series is going to be all about our college experience, and I thought I would include Doug just because we're almost the same age, we're just a year apart, and we kind of like went through college together. So I kind of wrote down some questions that, you know, some people might be interested about. I know I like watching other people's, you know, talk about their college experiences, so I thought that I would do a video on mine and his as well. So yeah, the first question is, where did you go for school? And we both went to the same school, although we are a year apart, so I'm a year younger than him, so we graduated first, but we went to California State University, Fullerton.
Or CSUF.
Yeah, it's a Cal State school, and I love the school. I kind of knew I was going to go there since my sister went there, and it's only about, I don't know, like 30 minutes from my house, whereas Doug didn't really know. Yeah.
I didn't really know where I was going to go to school, but Cal State Fullerton had a really good baseball program, and that was something that I was really interested in because I was really into baseball at the time. But I really wasn't sure if that's where I was going to go to school, but I got accepted there and a few other schools, and I just decided to go to Fullerton.
The second question is, what did you study? Go ahead.
We both went to the business school, but I went to the California State University School of Business and studied marketing. Within the School of Business, there's a lot of different disciplines, and Hayley actually did something else. She did finance. I
did finance, and which is funny because I started out with in communications before I kind of knew Doug. I thought I wanted to be a journalist. Which is funny because
you're doing the whole block thing. I think it's funny.
I know, it's kind of funny that I wanted to do that, but I realized that, not that I didn't want to work hard, but being a journalist, it's really, really competitive, and you're not guaranteed a stable job, and I didn't know if that was really what I wanted to do. Yeah, so then I met Doug like a while later, and he was all about business. He loved the business program, and he knew that was for him, so
and
he kind of like...
business majors just always made fun of people who weren't business majors.
They did. Like, back then, when I was like a freshman, all the business majors were like, you're not in business, which was not the reason I chose business, because that's not the reason, but when I met him and all of his friends kind of were into that, I was like, maybe this is a better path, and it for sure was personally. I'm really glad I chose that. So, yeah. Okay, so the third question is, okay, our biggest challenge just in college in general, not, you know, it doesn't have to be about your discipline, but basically just like your biggest challenge for either relationships or school or finances or anything. So
my biggest challenge by far was time management. So, I mean, I don't know who's been to college or who hasn't, and whoever's going to watch this, but basically if you've been in college, you know that there are so many distractions and so many things that you want to do, and there's so many classes and only so many hours in the day, and being able to manage your time effectively between studying and going out and socializing or doing clubs or eating and sleeping, whatever it is that you might do. Time management is just, it was really difficult for me because I wanted to do it all.
Yeah.
I'm from a smaller town, and there really isn't much that's really going on there. But once I got to Southern California and went to CSUF, it really opened up a lot of doors for a lot of things for me to do. And managing my time effectively was something that was pretty tough. So
like I said, I came from communications. I did that just for like, I did that for a semester, so it wasn't that long, but 6 months of kind of just like smooth sailing, kind of an easier course load, to going to like business administration is such a shocker, first off. I'm not like the strongest in math and calculus and finance and like all the things that basically I majored in. So that was just really hard. I don't know. Cal State Fullerton, it's said to be one of the hardest CSU schools.
It's actually not just one of the most difficult state schools, but it's one of the most difficult grading schools in the nation.
Yeah.
The last time I looked, and I think that was for 2014. It was, you know,
ridiculous.
it was up there grades wise with like MIT and a bunch of the more difficult schools.
And I don't know why.
And then, well, because Cal State Fullerton it has a uncommon accreditation for its business school.
Yeah.
So its business school is extremely difficult.
Yeah, so it really was. And it was really hard for me just to get by. Like, I was always striving for the passing grade. I just wanted to get it done with, get out. I wasn't like, you know, I didn't excel as a student or anything. I mean, in certain classes I did, but pretty much it's just numbers, and that's not my strongest suit. So just getting through that, like all those accounting classes and finance classes, is such an amazing thing, like seriously. And it was even hard for him, and he's really good at that kind of stuff.
Tough.
So
yeah.
Thank God that's over. Seriously, I remember like having nightmares about failing a test or just having that constant anxiety every day.
Or no sleep during finals.
No sleep, not even just because you're studying, just from anxiety.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrible. Yeah.
It was
and I remember like thinking back, you know, when I was in college last semester, but even before then, I would think back like, what is life beyond this? Like, I don't know any kind of peace of mind, and it's amazing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The fourth question is our best experience or like most memorable experience. So I'll let you go ahead.
It'll probably overlap into the next video, but definitely joining a Greek organization and meeting all those people. You know, I can't really nail it down to a single experience, but being able to join a fraternity and meet all those people and not just meet everybody, but make lifelong friends, people that I know I'll be talking to for the rest of my life. Hayley obviously being one of them, because we actually met in the Greek system. So I think that college overall is an experience in itself, but if I were to try to pull something out of that overall experience, it would definitely have to be my, you know, joining a Greek organization, which we'll talk about soon.
Yeah, we're gonna make a video next. Our next video is gonna be about that, but basically mine's the same thing. You'll ask probably anyone who is in fraternity or sorority, like, what's the best part of college, and it's hands down that. I tried and think about what my college experience would be without that, and I couldn't even fathom it. I don't know what I would do. I'd be joining clubs, but it's just not the same. I've been in clubs as well as in a sorority, and they're not even the same at all. So probably just that. All of my friends now are from my sorority, so, and yeah, like you said, it's pretty cheesy, but they are lifelong friends. I mean, my sister is 30 years old now, and she's still friends with a lot of her sorority sisters, so. Yeah, so that's probably our best experience, and we met each other, so
we
yeah.
did. Yeah, had to thank that one.
Yeah. Okay, number 5 is 3 pieces of advice you give your freshman self.
Okay, 3 pieces of advice I would give my freshman self. I would say 1 is to manage your time much better and dedicate more time to studying.
You were like a good student freshman year.
Yes, freshman year. That's the real answer right
there.
Definitely to just take more time and, you know, be able to say, no, I can't really go out tonight. Tonight I really do have to study. Or, you know, try to not do things at the very last minute. And hindsight's always 20/20. But if I wasn't trying to cram so much stuff, I probably would have retained a lot more of, you know, to a lot of the classes that I took. So that would be 1 piece of advice. The second piece of advice would be to actually join clubs outside of fraternity. I know we really talked up Greek life a lot, but, you know, joining a niche club that has something to do with, like, whether it's business or whether it was marketing, or, you know, just going out and trying to you know, visit different avenues or go down different avenues and try to see other things that I might have wanted to do. And in no way do I regret. Yeah, I did do baseball, but I mean, in no way do I regret where I am now. But I think it would have been cool to be able to go out and see different areas of marketing or different areas of business, or really just different areas of life that I would have been able to. And I think the third piece of advice I would give myself is to continue studying Japanese. So I was originally an international business major, and I was basically what you do is you major in international business, and then you have a language like sub major, basically, kind of like a minor.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a minor, but I'm not sure if you would actually get a minor out of it. It's your emphasis basically.
Yeah. And
I emphasized in Japanese, and taking Japanese was great, and it was a lot of fun.
He's like a quarter Japanese, so.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun, but. You know, you start to get caught up in doing social things, or there's a lot of stuff going on, and language classes at our school were 5 units, which is actually 2 units more than any normal class.
Yeah.
So it actually became really overwhelming, but what I would tell myself is to finish out my entire year of Japanese that I took, but then not necessarily take more Japanese classes to go down the same path that I'm down now, because like I said, I'm happy where I am, but to continue studying that Japanese even just outside of school.
Okay, my advice is completely opposite to yours, because since this question was about, you know, give your freshman self, me as a freshman, I don't know what I was doing, seriously. First off, I was a comm major, which is nothing that I want to do now. Although I'm a blogger, it's not the same, you know. Okay, I had a boyfriend my freshman year, and I didn't do anything. I joined a sorority because my sister had joined that one, so she made me do it, basically, and I wanted to, but I didn't even really go to much of the social events. I think I met you when I didn't really know you, like, at one of them, but I didn't, go to any parties, which I'm not saying to, like, party hard, but you should definitely socialize, take advantage of the fact that you are a freshman, and you don't really have hard classes. You have all of your general education classes, so, yeah, I didn't need to manage my time because I got really good grades my freshman year. I wish I would have just gone out more and gone to more social events and not let my high school boyfriend kind of, I don't know, he didn't held me back or anything. I did it willingly, but I kind of just stuck with my high school friends and I didn't want to like explore anything new. So I wish I would have kind of had to, find the balance between the two. I don't even know how many advice things that was, like a lot of things. That and obviously, I ended up switching my major, so I wish I would have really thought about what I wanted to do after college because I kind of just chose something that I knew was going to be easy for me because I'm a pretty good writer and journalism really was easy. I kind of wish I would have challenged myself because I did graduate in 4.5 years and I could have graduated sooner, but it doesn't really matter, but yeah, I would have thought about that.
Yeah, but it's not like, it's not like you know what you're going to want to do when you're
yeah,
that
but
age.
I kind of just like picked it because it was easy, and also my sister did that.
So then maybe you would have wanted to like put a little more thought into what you would have started with.
Yeah.
But because I mean
I could have been undeclared.
Yeah, you could have been.
But I didn't.
But
I was
those
like,
undeclared
yes.
people. Just kidding.
They end up
There's
picking
nothing wrong with
something.
undeclared people.
So stupid. Okay. Anyways, number 6 is your biggest regret.
I can't.
People say they don't have regrets, but how do you not have regrets?
I know,
like,
and
I do.
And I regret not finishing strong with my Japanese and not continuing to study that. And then, just because my first semester.
One of my biggest regrets in college isn't so much to study harder or anything like that because I ended up graduating and I'm not planning on going to master's school, although that would be really cool, but it's really expensive. So probably not that, although that would have been nice to not stress so much. But I think really just kind of like balance my life with sorority and then just my regular life because, I mean, I know I just mentioned that when I was a freshman, I didn't really like go out and do anything, but after freshman year, I was completely consumed with my sorority. I held a bunch of different positions and I kind of didn't see anything beyond that. And yeah, so that would probably be my one regret.
I mean, it's not a bad thing to hold positions.
No,
but maybe to like let it consume everything.
It did. I kind of like didn't see anything beyond that, and I really regret that. Like especially for my first few years.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be my regret because you can easily get consumed with it, and it's not always a good thing. But anyways, number 7 is what would your study? What am I saying? What would your major be if you didn't pick what you did pick? You know what I mean?
I would definitely go back with international business.
Yeah.
I definitely would have stayed with that. But if I were to do something completely off the wall, I probably would do some type of engineering.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I have no idea. Business is the only way. Like,
it's true.
Really, I would have picked marketing because I did finance and I also really like marketing. He did it and I thought it was really cool. Although I didn't like my first marketing class, so I didn't choose that major. But I probably would have just chose business marketing.
Yeah, marketing is great. I mean, just business in general is great at the school because the business school doesn't just make you do marketing. It's kind of like a pro and a con. I don't just do marketing, or you didn't just do finance.
Yeah.
Of course, we had to hit our regular GE classes, but in the business school, we still had to hit basically business GE classes. So like economics, and you had to go through and do like stats, and there were a lot of different classes that you had to do outside of your concentration. I mean, which is great.
Okay, the last question is general advice for, I guess, like an incoming freshman.
So Hayley just told me that I have to be kind of fast on this, but the general advice portion is what takes up the most time. So let me go ahead and run through this a little bit. Okay, 1, join a bunch of clubs. 2, party, but don't party too hard. 3, go Greek for sure. 4, don't worry about trying to figure out your major right away, but if you don't have a major by the time you're, I would say going at transferring between like your sophomore and junior year, if you still don't know what to do, think about it a lot.
Yeah.
No classes on Fridays.
Yeah, seriously.
Try to get some type of work experience while you're in college.
Yeah. Like internship, you have to do that.
Yeah, and not even, I mean, if it is an internship, that's great.
Well, yeah, actual work experience is more important.
Actual work experience, that you could do part-time is amazing for, you know.
Because you get out, like a lot of my friends get out and they have nothing on their resume. They have volunteer experience, especially for businesses, like we're in business. So they're going to look at you and be like, why would I hire you? Everybody has education. Like, you need to do something. And I'm trying to make it sound better than it is, even if it is an internship, because internships don't even cut it nowadays. I mean,
yeah, you need some serious work experience.
Like at least 2 years.
And when you're picking your major and when you're figuring out like what kind of work, what line of work you want to go in, don't do what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of my friends did. They were like, oh, everybody's going to go do like this major because it sounds fun and it sounds like everybody wants to do it. And the whole industry is impacted.
Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to follow us on social media, go ahead and link our Instagram and Facebook accounts and everything like that below. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and stay tuned for next Sunday, because we're going to be doing a Greek life experience video, which we're pretty excited about. Yeah. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.